Erica's been in my math classes the last few years. Pre-calculus, AP calculus, AB, and then this year BC. Her motivation, her high standards for herself, her willingness to help other students. She's done that a lot. Even in the middle of her work, if a student came up to her and asked for help, she'd just have the student sit right next to her and walk her through the concept. Her kindness is a tremendous strength. I think her kindness guides her in everything that she does, but she's got a terrific compass, whether it's moral, academic. She's an incredible person.
Hannah has been on the swim team for all 4 years. And what's great about her is I knew from her freshman year that she would be a team captain. Her greatest strength is her quiet leadership. The girls willingly follow her. And she's a hard worker and a great student. Has a plan, follows through with it, and will do anything needed to be successful or to have her group be successful. She qualified for districts every year in multiple events, and she could swim everything. The 400 free relay that she was on broke the school record every year from her freshman year on. This girls' team this year placed 9th at states, and that's their highest finish in school history. So she's part of that and helped lead them to that. She's hugely respected by the girls on the rest of the team and by me. I really respect Hannah.
I was just like, wow, she's a standout. So that's my first impression of how beautiful she was on the outside, but she's not just beautiful on the outside. She's beautiful all the way through. She joined our journalism class in 11th grade and became the sports editor of the student newspaper. Prior to that, there was like one article in the whole newspaper for sports, and Isabel grew the whole section she applied for, and she became the editor-in-chief for the whole newspaper. She's driven, and if you want something done, she'll get it done. And I think she's able to inspire others. She's not afraid to, task them with things and tell them what she thinks on how they could improve their writing or the design layout for the student newspaper. She's not just a student, she's also an athlete, and she works. I mean, there's not very many students that can balance all that and be the top, 10 of the whole student body at Steilacoom High School. She, I think, is going to be somebody that goes to college and just soars. She's taught me to be patient and to step back and process, and I hope I've taught her to be more assertive. It's a good balance between the both of us.
So I've had Caleb every year in my class, starting with web design, then graphic design, photography and video, graphic design 2, graphic design 3, 4, and film club, on the yearbook staff, and just in my room every day after school. I've had a lot of experience with Caleb. He is incredibly committed to the quality of the work that he does, and he does really high quality work. And he's super creative. He sees things in ways that other people can't. He's very humble. I've seen him working super hard on a design project for just some small little things because someone just asked him to do it, someone he barely knows or whatever, and asked him to do it, and he puts in 110%, gives them a beautiful design. He puts in just as much work for that thing as he does for a major business logo or for something that's going out to the whole school district. I think his biggest strength is problem solving and coming up with really simple solutions to complex problems. It's something that he can do better than basically any student I've seen before. He learned a whole new program, After Effects, a huge, complicated special effects program. He learned how to use it really effectively in about 3 weeks. And he was there every day after school, practicing it, learning how to do it, so that when we went to New York and we had like 56 hours to make a film, he was able to create these really cool graphics for our film. I had never seen him back down from like a problem like that. Sometimes I feel unqualified to teach Caleb, like he's so good at what he does. So it's just been really cool to work with him, and I hope he remembers me when they're writing, history books about him.
I met Keegan 2 years ago. He was in my Spanish 3 class, and he's in my Spanish 4 class. And he's a really great worker, and he loves soccer. When he wants to do something, he'll do it over and over again, I believe, until he gets it. And I would say his empathy for people. There was an assembly, and I guess there was a young lady who was upset. This other student kind of made fun of that she was crying or upset. And I found out that Keegan kind of set that person straight, like, hey, that's not okay to do that. And I just think that's an admirable quality for someone to stick up for another person like that. Kind of like a lion-hearted hero. He's compassionate. Those qualities stick out to me. I'll remember that. And I'll remember him visiting me after school quite a bit, all the time. And he was the only kid that ever brought me a birthday cake. But not because of me, but because of how he treats the other students, I think is really important. So.
Alyssa is in my AP chemistry class, so she's been with me the whole year. She's just very focused, so it's a gift to have a student in the class that's really lasered in on what they want to know and not overwhelmed by the amount of information, not stressed out about it, but she gets in, she focuses. If she has trouble, she asks. If someone else needs help, she's super willing to help. She's very calm, which is a huge strength going out of high school and into the rest of the world. And she's self-assured, so she knows kind of what she wants and is okay with that. Alyssa wanted to blow things up every single day in AP Chemistry. She wanted to catch things on fire. So I think she was disappointed a little bit that there wasn't more explosions and things catching on fire. So this is my formal apology to Alyssa, that we didn't light more things on fire.
I was Leilani's soccer coach for the past 3 years here at the school. All varsity years. She is someone who will always work hard. She's someone who came to practice and came to games with her best effort, best attitude, huge smile on her face for anything, and always willing to learn. She was somebody who would never give up and would never give an inch to anybody out there on the field. She's also a leader by nature. Just by the way she carries herself and by the way she acts, by the way she picks everybody up around her. She's always cheerful, always bubbly, always smiling, always trying to enjoy whatever she is that she's doing. And when I look back, say on 5 years about having Leilani as a player, that's what I'm gonna remember most off. It was her senior year, and she was in line to be captain for the for the soccer team as a senior. And on her first summer practice out, she trips on the turf and tears her ACL, and she's out for the year. It was probably the most disheartened I've been as a coach for a player, just because of who she is. But that didn't stop her at all from coming out and supporting the team and trying to be a part of the team. And even though she couldn't play, she still wanted to be that leader and still wanted to be around the team. And even though it's a terrible story about injury that ended her senior year, it's just a great story about who she is. Someone who still wants to contribute no matter what her physical shape is, no matter if she has trouble getting down the stairs on her crutches. She wants to be there, and she wants to help out, and she wants to support. And it's hard to find somebody like that, for sure.
Mia was in my first chemistry class at Steilacoom, and she was in my first AP chemistry class at Steilacoom. And she was consistently hardworking and wonderful and hilarious and would put every effort forth in the class. She's just incredibly kind. I mean, she's obviously really smart, but so sweet to everyone and really driven and not willing to compromise on things like politeness and the gratitude that she expresses in everyday life. I think I'll remember Mia's locker was right by my classroom, so I usually around 7:10 or 7:20 I would start hearing her talking, because they would just post up on a big table. They would sit on the table right outside my door, and you could hear just happy talking and laughter in the morning, and it was a nice way to start my day. Really good person. Yeah, great student, great person. I mean, she obviously loves her family, and her parents are amazing, and it's just a gift. You know, you get a lot of great students here. We have awesome students, but some are really special. And
I know Natalie. She was in my class last year in AP Language and Composition as her junior year. She is a beautiful human being. Anything that she puts her mind to, she accomplishes, and she does it with care and compassion along the way. She has this indomitable spirit about her that just, she's gonna do what she needs to do, and she's gonna do it kindly and politely and while helping other people along the way. I think her biggest strengths is understanding that to get to a goal, there are many steps along the way, and that she has to do her best work for each of those pieces along the way and not giving up. It doesn't matter how big or how hard the task is, a final or getting into college or taking care of her child. It doesn't matter how big the task is, she's going to break it down into its little parts, and she's going to make sure that she does each and every one of those. I will remember agonizing over her college entrance essays. And I will remember all of the time and effort and energy we spent on those, and how dedicated she was to saying exactly what she meant to say in exactly the right way. We had some tears and some laughs along the way, but her getting into the PLU nursing program, it was really special. Every single day that she walks into the classroom brightens my day because of her smile and her positive attitude and her willingness to do whatever the learning is for that day. It's just, I don't have a specific memory because all of the times that she walked into the room was the best time.
I've had Seth in AP class for the last 2 years in government and also U.S. history. Seth's a really hard worker, and he's also very helpful to others. He knows how to help students with their work without making them feel like they're imposing on him and stuff like that. He's always willing to share his information, and he's got a lot of it. So, we put him in charge of a lot of things around the classroom and stuff, and he takes care of it, like collecting papers. I think he's very thorough. He's determined. He's focused. I think that's a work habit he has from also being a swimmer. Those are tough workouts you got to do and stuff. He's always very thoughtful about the material he's trying to discuss, and if he has questions, he's always seeking out answers to try to find out more about it than just accepting the standard answer that comes about. Because he's such a nice guy, when we collect papers, if somebody doesn't turn their paper in and he hands them to me before that, the person that didn't turn their paper in gets a 0. And so one time Seth turned his papers in too early at the start of the year without asking everybody if they turned them in. And so he felt really bad and tried to negotiate with me so that the person wouldn't lose their points. That was kind of funny to watch him do that. I think he needs to make sure he eats a lot of carbs, that he tapers down, and he gets ready for those wonderful workouts of swimming with Coach Selman. It's going to be a fun time for him.
Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for being a tremendous role model for our other students. Keep doing you, because you're going to lead people. And I think if we have more people like Erica, this world will be a better place.
Oh, Hannah, make the most of your college experience. I know you will be a fabulous student, and any college that you go to will be so glad they have you on their campus.
Continue to find your voice. That's what I'd say to her. Continue to find your voice.
You have the mind for it, you have the brain for it, you can create beautiful things. complex things, simple things. You can solve all sorts of problems and just continue to do what you're doing, continue to follow through and make small things seem big and make little things be important. And before too long, you're going to be doing really, really big things and making those things be really important. So
Just keep being who he is inside and just grow and learn, always learn, because I think he has a passion for that, to learn. And just go after your dreams and just continue to be the amazing young man that he is. Si se puede.
I would say my advice for Alyssa is for her to keep her sense of excitement and wonder. She can be sort of serious sometimes, which is fine, but she still has that goofy, relaxed, fun side, and I hope she keeps that as she moves forward, because the rest of life can be stressful and all of that, but she has a gift for being okay with things, and so my advice for her is just continue with that.
Leilani, you're going to do awesome in life. You're going to, whatever obstacles come your way, you are so well prepared to deal with them, and you have the great attitude and you have great personality to overcome any obstacles that you face. So no matter what curveballs life throws you, Leilani, you'll be able to rise and overcome them, and congratulations. This is a very proud moment for you, and you should be very happy.
I mean, she's amazing, and she's going to do amazing things, and she just needs to keep consistent with what she believes in, which I know she will do. She doesn't really let anyone push her around. She's very firm in her beliefs, and I have full faith and confidence that she will do incredible things.
Keep her head up, and she knows she has a great family and a support system all around her, and to not be afraid to ask for help when she needs it. Life is hard, and she knows that already, but she's got great resources around her, and just to make sure that she uses her resources and that she asks for help when she needs it, and to be her best self every day.
I usually write in the yearbook, I tell kids to make a difference, and I really believe that Seth will make a difference in the world.